What is up, Sooner Nation? I am Casey Mallon. Are you feeling it? I know I'm feeling it. You know why? Because I am in a Sooner state of mind. It is so easy to like and subscribe on Apple Podcasts and Spotify, and you're going to feel great about it. I'm going to feel great about it. It's really the feel good thing to do. We appreciate it. Football is back, and BetOnline is your number one information source for all your sports wagering info with all the up to minute stats, news, scores, and matchup breakdowns. Get the latest game odds, spreads, and totals from the NFL and college football at your fingertips with BetOnline's real time updates on statistics, news, and odds. From week one all the way to the college football playoff and Super Bowl, BetOnline gives you access to the best football promotions and contests available anywhere online. Head to the website today or use your mobile device to get in on the action. Remember to use our promo code BELIEVE to receive your 50% welcome bonus on your first deposit. BetOnline, where the game starts. Sooner Nation, how we feeling? I'm a little tired. My wife says I drink too much coffee. I just switched to Senka, so have a heart. We're going to wing it. We're going to do the show without it, people. OU at Cincy. OU wins 20-6, spoiling the Bearcats' Big 12 debut. Sorry, Brett. What a tremendous environment, though. It was electric. It was rocking. Everything you would want out of a college football environment. Awesome. And I love it when we win the flip and defer and start on defense. I love that extra possession you get to start the third quarter. It's one of my favorites. I know it's kind of nerdy, but it is what it is. The theme on the day, OU. They weren't ever able to snuff out the energy of that crowd or Cincy's belief that they could win this game. This game was a 60-minute fight, and the Sooners had to earn this thing. Nothing was given, and they did just that. It was great to see Dasan McCullough out there. He made a lot of plays, lining up at the Cheetah. He's back. He's healthy. A little different in this game since he actually scored first. OU was able to hold them to a field goal, but this was confirmation that since he was ready to play, they were ready to go in there and do battle against these Sooners. Like I keep saying, it was a crazy environment, and that was a good thing. Sooners, though, they respond with a 12-play drive. They get down to Cincy's 12, 2nd and 3. Marcus Major slips, would have picked up the first down. He might have scored, but now we're looking at 3rd and 3. DG fumbles. Nice drive, just no points scored. They just slipped away. Would the Sooners slip away? No, they wouldn't. That Sooners defense responded big time. Cincy's possessions in the first half after that field goal drive, punt, int punt, missed field goal. Sooners D would come up big all day long. And this game was more about Oklahoma than it was Cincy. This was a game OU would have lost last year. They would have crumbled. They would have figured out a way not to see this thing through. But that was last year. This year, not only did they win, they excelled. They went above and beyond. They kept coming up with big plays on defense. A lot of the time, you know who that was? Yeah, you know who it was. It was Danny Stutzman. We'll get to more on him later, but a little fun fact. Some people wear Superman pajamas. Superman wears Danny Stutzman pajamas. This guy is a complete stud. Lots of things went wrong for the Sooners during this game, but they kept finding ways to keep it together. Since he scored the field goal, back-to-back scoring drives, they did that in the second half as well, getting the points when they had to have them. Now, losing last week for the Bearcats to Miami, I think that definitely helped fuel this team. They were mad, and they played like it. They made the Sooners work for everything. And that's exactly what you want. The harder you have to work for it, the better it feels, the more you grow. This team is growing. Will they be all grossed up for Texas in a couple weeks? We shall see. But this feels like a team. In every sense of the word. They feel close. They feel bonded. They pick each other up. Offensively, when the Sooners are getting their chunk plays and going up tempo, it puts so much pressure on opposing defenses. They get that first play and it's lightning quick. We've talked about it in weeks past. They're getting to the line with 30 plus seconds on the play clock. That's outstanding. And when they are able to do that, it just creates a whole lot of trouble for their opponents. Despite all that, still only 10-3 at the halftime. At the halftime. Do people say at the halftime? I just said it. DG, he missed out on a couple TDs today. A couple I know he would want to have back, but overall, he played very well. That was a stingy Cincinnati defense, and he still carved him up for 300 yards. Great game by DG. Sooners defense. Lots of individuals making plays today. Lots of guys stepping up. Key Lawrence, huge interception in the end zone to deny Cincy points. That was big time. And Key is starting to show up more and more every week with those splash plays. Man, you love to see it. And since he missed a field goal, that field goal was missed because the Sooners got a huge stop on third down inside their own 9. Not only getting this stop, shutting down a red zone possession, keeping it out of the end zone. That's been a problem with Cincy so far. Sooners just exasperated that problem for Cincy today. Great defense for these Sooners. Third quarter, guess what? More adversity. No problem. Sooners driving, 3rd and 7. Stoops gets 8. Illegal shift, brings it back. The next play, DG misses Stoops. Would have been a first down, maybe a touchdown. OU has to punt. Cincy, 54-yard field goal, cuts that lead to 4. We've been here before, people. This was a 4-point game midway through the third quarter. The difference, though, it didn't feel like things were going to fall apart on Saturday. It felt like someone was going to make a play, and so many times in this game, that's exactly what happened. Stadium still buzzing. Sooners tried to be the buzzkill, but they couldn't. That crowd stayed into the game the entire time. I thought at some point the Sooners would, make a couple plays and take the crowd out of it. That never happened. It stayed electric the whole time, and that's a good environment for the Sooners to try to get used to. And last year, something like that might have done these Sooners in, but that was last year. That team might not have been able to fight through it. This year, these Sooners, they responded with toughness. And after that 54-yard field goal, a 9-play, 75-yard touchdown drive, one of 2 back-to-back scoring drives. They had the one in the first half to respond and the one in the second half to respond. And this touchdown drive, I thought this was the most physical drive of the season for these Sooners. Tough runs, Marcus Major, Walker, DG, including Dillon Gabriel's touchdown run. Just power, overpowering a very physical football team. Determination. I love it. I love what I saw on that drive. Hopefully there's more of that to come. Ensuing Cincy possession, they're fighting to stay in this thing. OU's defense, they look tired. They're starting to miss a few tackles. Cincy going on 4th and 2. Sooners need someone to make a play. Who is going to step up? You want to guess who? Yeah, Stutz again. Him and Walker knock the pass down, take over on downs. Well done, Sooner defense. Overall, they made Jones throw the ball 41 times. That's not the best formula for Emory Jones in Cincinnati. He was able to break containment and get some big scrambles in there, which we expected, but they limited the damage he was able to do with that. And overall, that was a good thing. The refs, handful, very sus calls late, including a blatant pass interference on Jalil Farouk in the end zone. No call. The defender ran right through him, even knocked him over. Everybody's looking for a hey, where's penalty? Where's a call? Nope. Sooners had to settle for a field goal. but they still went up 20-6. Punting was not great for the Sooners today. They gave Cincy good field position a few times in this game, but overall, special teams have still been very good. 20-6, but after that, it was all Danny in that Sooners defense, Danny Stutsman. Did you know that when Danny Stutsman does a push-up, he's not lifting himself up, he's pushing the earth down? This guy, I'm telling you, every week, every game, he's doing something out there. I love watching this dude play. You can always count on him doing something special during the game. And against Cincinnati, 13 tackles, a sack, 3.5 TFLs, and a couple of huge stops ending drives on 4th down. Couple blitzes in there just creating absolute chaos. I love this dude's game. And Sooner Nation, I think we got to get the campaign going to keep Stutz, to have him come back for his senior year. What's it going to take to get this guy to play one more year for the Sooners? I'm hoping that that move to the SEC is going to make him want to be a part of it, to see this thing through. Unless this year ends in a natty, maybe we get him back. Maybe we can get him back for back-to-back natties. Yeah? Sound like a good deal? Stutz. Anybody listen to the show that knows him, tell him, stay. Sooner Nation wants you. We need you. Keep going. Speaking of defense, so many guys flashed on Saturday. Noticed big plays. Bothroyd, Kip Lewis, PJ, Jaron Kanik, Key, Grimes, Laulu, Coe, Lacey. The Sooners had to figure a lot of stuff out on the fly during this game, and every time they were able to do it. Just so impressed. I mentioned the Bearcats, they lost to Miami last week. And I think that had Cincy playing even a more focused game. OU had Cincy's full attention because of that loss, and Cincy played like it. Crowd was hyped. OU could never knock the Bearcats or that crowd out. And they found a way to win. That's a tough, well-coached team over there on the other side. But you know what? The Sooners are also a tough and well-coached team. And overall, this game was just what we wanted. Maybe a little more than what we wanted, but also exactly what we needed. Tough road contest, grimy defense. All your go-tos aren't working. You got to figure it out. You got to make stuff happen. And they were able to do that on both sides of the ball. They really responded well to the adversity, and hopefully that's something that is a sign of things to come. That's what was missing in this team last year. You felt like it was going to go away. Not yesterday, and so far not this year. I really like what I'm seeing. Lots of stuff to work on, but this is a great win. Sooners improve to 4-0. Got that first Big 12 win next week, hosting Iowa State. And we'll get into that in the next episode. But we're going to enjoy this win, at least for the day, and then we're on to Iowa State. Also, how about my dude, AD, all day, Adrian Peterson, on Dancing with the Stars. AD, Carlton, Greg Brady, go get it, my dude. He's going to attack that thing with ferocity, and I would not doubt to see him at the end. Did we just talk dancing on Sooner State of Mind? Yeah, we're a diverse show. We get into everything. So if there's more dancing to come, we'll have to talk about it, okay? All right. Let's get back to the action. This looked like a great slate of games going into this week. And man, did it deliver. And I don't think there was a bigger game. 2 top 10 teams, Ohio State at Notre Dame. And Ohio State gets the walk-off win, 17-14. And what a game. This was an absolute great game, and it got even better late. Sam Hartman, not good early, but when he needed to be, he stepped up, got those Domers on the go-ahead drive, set that defense up to take that win. He was good, but Here comes the big but, and I cannot lie. And this was so frustrating. How to lose a game. Rush 3 and drop 8. So frustrating. I know the Domers are feeling it today. OSU 3rd and 19. Why they have a 3rd and 19? Because they just got hit for an intentional grounding because of the pressure. Swarming defense all day. The game is on the line. 3rd and 19. You rush 3 and drop 8. That gave Kyle McCord plenty of time. Found Emeka Egbuka first down inside the 1. And you knew it was bad news after that. But on the game-winning run, it should have been a false start on 88. He lifted his butt up before the play started. I know half the nation's probably freaking out about that. And not only that, Notre Dame, only 10 players on the field. Dude, get them out there. 10 players, come on. Not good. Wrong time. Even with only 10 players on the field for that play, I blame the rush 3 and drop 8. Don't do it. Do not do it. Another great game. Florida at Clemson. Florida State wins 31-24 in overtime. Poor Clemson. End of the third quarter, Cade Klubnik meet Kalen DeLoach. Sack, fumble, scoop, and score. Clemson was driving to put this game up by 2 touchdowns to extend that lead. Nope. Defense. Florida State comes up big. That being said, it was only tied at that point. They drive down at the end of the fourth quarter. A little chippy field goal that would have given them the lead late. It's a miss. Brutal. Clemson, 2 brutal losses. Florida State, only 22 yards rushing. Are they using up their mojo too early? I don't know. Team is pretty exciting to watch, but they're going to have to run better if they want to keep going. But they passed every test so far, and their ACC schedule's looking a lot better after getting past Clemson. Ole Miss at Bama. Alabama wins 24-10. Boy, Bama sure looked like Bama yesterday, didn't they? The Emperor doing Emperor things. Great defense and a sick run game. That sounds like Bama, doesn't it? Wow. They got it done when they needed to. And talked about Jackson Dart doing everything for this Ole Miss team. He was not able to keep the running game going. Ole Miss, 29 carries, only 56 yards. Brutal. We said Bama right for the taking. Ole Miss not able to get it done. Good win. Saban and the Crimson Tide. On the side note, Kansas looks pretty good. Jalen Daniels is legit. KU is at Texas next week. Can they wear those sweet Nighthawk unis? Take those bad boys on the road. Do it. They're looking fresh in those, and they're playing outstanding football right now. Dan Lanning. He is an angry duck, and he took it out on Prime and the Buffs 42-6. And his rant wasn't for the clicks. Wink, wink. That wasn't for clicks. Even so, that was an impressive win. Total Duck defense domination. That is some good alliteration, people. The Ducks held Shedeur Sanders to 159 yards passing and held the Buffs to 40 yards rushing. Now, these Buffs didn't turn back into a pumpkin, but the magic ride came to a screeching halt. And more bad news for the Buffs. They host USC next week. Ooh, that should be interesting. Maybe not. We'll see. Speaking of LA schools, UCLA at Utah. The Utes win this game 14-7, although with 3 minutes and 14 seconds left in the game, Dante Moore had a chance to go win or tie the game. The Utah defense responds with 3 sacks on that drive. And on the day, 7 sacks, 11 TFLs, 2 turnovers, including a pick six, held UCLA to 9 yards rushing on 32 carries. Great defensive effort to pick up the team. Utah, 4-0, all without Cam Rising. If they get this dude back, lots of good teams in the Pac-12. So sad to see it going away. Terrible. Well, what's left of it, the Pac-2, they had an awesome game. Oregon State at Washington State. And Washington State holds on for the 38-35 win. Guess what? Michael Penix, not the only QB in the state of Washington, balling out. Wazoo's Cameron Ward putting on a show. 28-34, 404 yards, 4 touchdowns. Josh Kelly, 8 grabs, 159 yards, and 3 touchdowns. Cougs had to recover an onside kick to seal the deal, but that's exactly what they did. Cougs stay undefeated. What a great day of college football. Sooners 4-0. Next show, we're going to preview the Iowa State game. Please like and subscribe to Sooner State of Mind on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. If you want to watch Sooner State of Mind, head on over to YouTube and search the Football Dudes. You will find us. Sooner State of Mind is brought to you by Bet Online. Hope you had a great day of college football yesterday. Hope you guys have a great week. My name is Casey Mallon. I'm in a Sooner State of Mind, and I will see you next time.